I just want to say that I am presenting this on behalf of our, and I'll use this word, core Ignite team, because we have many other people who are participating on the project. So this is very much a group effort, and many of us are on this call today. So the virtual conference is in fact hosted by Ignite. We were going to meet in Vienna last month, and that did not work out. So we went online. So Ignite's a 3-year project. It's coming to a close in July 2020, and it's funded by Creative Europe Media. And the goal of the project is to develop a core curriculum for both upskilling professionals in the creative and cultural industries and to prepare MA students technologically, theoretically, and methodologically for new digitally inflected careers in the arts and humanities. And it draws together several shifts, and Jasmina, what you said earlier really ties into this, in education and policy and research through a range of creative problem-solving techniques focused on, in our case, the twin theories of design thinking and maker culture. So as with the other courses on Daria Teach, where these courses are going to live, we envision the courses to be used in a variety of learning and teaching. It could be used as part of a face-to-face class, blended learning, training. It could be totally online. And as it happens, we have some colleagues who are now teaching around 250 students on one of the existing Daria Teach courses, Digital Scholarly Editions, and its developers sent out a word to run it like a MOOC. So there's 250 people, they're following the content online, and they have a weekly Zoom session. So this is the curriculum as we've designed it, and we are designing it. We've designed it as a 20 ECTS course. If one were to teach it or take it its entirety, we imagine that the first 2 courses would be mandatory, and the other 4 you would take an optional 2. Of course, you could do all 30 if you wanted to, or you could just take or utilize in your teaching just one of these. Each of them are self-contained. So if you do one of these courses, you really don't need the others, although we do refer back and forth to take it. So the first 2 courses, what we say are the mandatory courses, are introducing theoretical, practical tools, method, resources to integrate both design thinking and maker culture into one's research or teaching practice. We make the case for maker culture as a distinctly humanities practice, as a way to expose past wrongs, to develop social justice initiatives, to participate as an equal partner with other disciplines in helping to solve society's grand challenges. And as our present moment has demonstrated just how essential to life and well-being the arts and the humanities are, this design thinking and maker suite of courses, provides a variety of case studies in our field, our extended field in the arts, humanities, heritage, of people who have just done this. And my colleague Guido will be speaking, I think after me, about the second course, How to Practice Design Thinking. So of the optional courses, we have 2 others. One is to explore 3D and XR technologies and how to practice these in the arts, humanities, and heritage. Remaking Material Culture in 3D introduces a step-by-step guide to create 3D artifacts using photogrammetry. It's a technique that can be used by anybody with a camera. Even you could do it at home with a mobile phone camera. XR utilizes new technologies in settings from museums to natural spaces to explore, expose, and interrogate heritage and history. The 2 last optional courses, one is Storytelling for Digital Narratives, and this takes a very expansive approach to narrative. It's interactive, it's multimodal, it's digital, it's in virtual and in physical spaces. And Gameplay Design, which my colleague Ricky will present also today, explores the use of game jams, game design within the wider field of game studies. So, if you're interested, you can go to Daria Teach, the URL here. The courses are going to be made available over the coming months. And we already have about a dozen courses there from a previous grant. All the courses are designed for asynchronous use, and they're all freely available. And we're always looking for collaborators for Daria Teach. So if you'd like to develop a new course for the platform, if you want to translate an existing course, please get in touch with us. And we're very excited because yesterday we just launched 3 translated courses in Spanish, which we will be promoting very soon. So, as our present situation has made patently evident, digital divides are about access and capability. They are about inclusion and exclusion in the ways we approach our digital commons and the distribution of power, knowledge, and agency. In the Ignite Daria Teach design philosophy, we address the 3rd level divide, which may no longer be as much about access to technology, but it is about the ways that technology-driven approaches are conceptualized and implemented. It's also about how design forms an integral part of managing projects and creating resources. Interestingly, those of us in the traditional humanities, as well as our colleagues in heritage, are and increasingly are designers. We're people who create tangible and intangible objects, products, or processes. And we are increasingly conscious that the design of these objects and the collections we create embed within them their theoretical underpinnings. So what we're advocating in Ignite, as Brudick and her co-authors do on this slide, is that as humanities researchers, we become more conscious of how design can be used as a rhetorical device. When we talk about integrating design into our digital scholarship, it's not simply at certain points in the project workflow, but to think of design as informing each stage of the research process as an intellectual method. So design thinking combines what's desirable from a human point of view with what's technology feasible and economically viable. And it provides a framework for what we'll call an empathetic understanding of people and the issues underlying problems, as well as ideas of ideation, prototyping, and testing. But as we mentioned earlier, maker culture is the second underlying principle of the Ignite curriculum, and it takes the position that the process is as important as the product, and that artifacts can embed within them theoretical positions as forcefully as what we expect from traditional text-based arguments. So maker culture sees things as possessing intentionality, in embedding within them the historical moment of their creation, in the novelty or utilitarianness of their design, and in the embodiment of a theory informing making. What Mark Ratto calls a mode of material and conceptual engagement that brings together 2 seemingly opposite concepts, critical thinking and making, while enabling creativity and reflection. So the underlying pedagogic approach to Ignite is problem and project-based learning, responding to an increasingly competitive economy and society that requires an agile, adaptable, and creative workforce, which also resonates really well with Jasmina's paper. And one which in the future, as well as our foreseeable present, may be increasingly lived online. So, to conclude, the Ignite suite of courses advocates new literacies crucial for 21st century education and work. It's about creativity, about illiteracy within digital, increasingly networked societies, in which careers are no longer thought of as linear progressions through an organization, but for better or worse, precarious and more mobile. We know the technical skills we teach and we learn today, they're not necessarily going to be the ones that are used in 5, 10, or 20 years. So our approach that's underpinning all these courses is that we think about technology not as just as a set of skills that you have to master, but to foster a creative approach to new technologies, not only today's, but those that are yet to be invented. So that's me done. Thank you very much.